Welcome everybody back to the We Have No
We
Plan
have no plan.
podcast. This is episode 2. I'm surprised we've made it this far. And I show her a wholesome leprechaun movie. And now she's going to show me some kind of, I think, a super
Okay, wait,
predator.
no. Like, not a super predator, right? Okay, so what this is about is MamaMax. He was a big YouTuber back in the day, even though, like, not a lot of people have heard of him. I think he was just a certain type of niche, and he fell from grace hard. And as it says here, my Roman Empire in the year 2023, 2024, I mean this was my Roman Empire for months because of how crazy it got. It was just incredible.
I have not Googled a single thing about MamaMax. I don't even know what this fucker sounds like. So, I am the stand-in for the audience
Before
here.
I start, this is how much I loved when this was happening. So, okay, there's a lot of, like, side characters in this, like, there's a lot of Mudahar, there's Nicholas Diorio, there's Moist Critical, um, but, one time in work, while this was, like, middle of this shit happening, like, I'm in the office, and a YouTuber I used to watch, his name's Chud Logic, thank god I don't watch him anymore, he goes live and he's covering the situation, so we're all on break and I'm just watching it. And then people are like, "What are you watching?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm scared to miss out in the crack, guys. Like, I just wanna tune into this shit." And then, like, they're asking what's happened, so I basically fill them in. And it got to the point where even, like, the next time I saw this one particular girl in the office, she goes, "So how's Mama Max doing?" I was like, "Oh, hell yeah."
Oh, you became the
Yeah,
Mama
for real,
Max
like,
tea.
became the drama. At the same time, I feel like people were more like, they didn't really care about the drama, they just wanted to hear me talk about it, because it was insane. Like, holy shit.
So you're using our podcast as a way to get out your PhD dissertation that never was.
Right, so, as the title says, Mama Max, YouTube's greatest fall. No, YouTube's greatest fall from grace, I don't care, has nothing on James Charles. Okay, so, who's Mama Max? He was basically a YouTuber known for exposing predators, and as it says, in the most obnoxious way. I'm talking, imagine a video that was literally like a horror movie, and he speaks like, "There are predators in the Minecraft community." Like, really deep voice. Like, he just thought he was like hot shit. So,
I mean, yeah, look at that fucking photo you put in there. I mean, oh my god, I'm not gonna no, you know what? I'm gonna say it. It's giving Onision.
I was thinking before we, like, started filming too, I was like, this kind of, like, reminds me of Onision, and I'll probably touch on this later, because we'll get into it. Okay, so, he had a cult following, like, his audience would literally die for him, because they were mainly made up of, like, CSA survivors. Yeah, like, literally, like, they looked at him like he was a hero. Like, I'm not joking, and they
I
would.
am the Batman of children who were diddled.
The Riddler, more like the Fiddler. Jesus Christ.
I'm just imagining him in his bat
Yes.
cave that's made out of like Linkin Park
Yeah,
memorabilia.
and also he's got pictures on the wall of Martin Luther King, because that's who he said he thinks he is like. And it's like, what? He's like,
He is the Martin Luther King of child
yes,
predators.
yes.
I have a dream. One day, children will not be diddled.
Like, even, like, later in his life, he made a video, and, like, I will go into this, but the video started out with, like, "If God stood before you and asked you to sacrifice yourself or a child, which would you choose?" It's like, dude, what the fuck?
It's okay.
Yeah, it's like, fam, like, what are we talking about?
Now, the most important detail you have not
Yeah,
addressed at the
he has
bottom.
admitted that. He can literally we will need to censor this, but he has admitted on a podcast called Hot Wet Soup that he can suck his own d- and I'm like, are we talking physically or metaphorically? Because I feel like, to be fair, it's both. What do we do with this information, Max? What do you want, a fucking medal? Like, holy shit.
If only these people knew. If they had the power that I had, if they had my magic, they would never have to think of little Susie down at the playground again.
Holy shit, that sort of actually kind of happens later. Yeah.
Okay, so I need a little bit of
Okay.
context for the bottom right. Did he come out with a Joji album?
This
What?
is literally the type of stuff that was in his videos, I'm not joking. Like, he would do side, hang on, what am I trying to say? He would do these, like, montages of him literally going to predators' houses and, like, murdering them. And this, like, is literally from a scene where he's just post predator murder clarity. This is
Uh,
basically what he would do. He literally did pride himself as an investigator, and I mean, he prided himself even to the point where, like, some dude came up to him at VidCon one time and was like, "Oh, hey, like, I recognize you. Like, who are you again?" He just goes, "My name is Max Stryker, and I'm a predator hunter." And the dude literally laughed in his face.
Ebony Darkness
Yeah,
Dementia
it
Raven
was just
Way.
so dramatic for nothing. He was literally like role playing a character 24/7. It's like, fam, like, come on.
Now the top photo, are those supposed to be
Oh, I think it's his hoodie. It's his hood. Yeah, his hood's up because he's
he's
mysterious.
about to go into 8 Mile.
Yeah, for real. Lyrical, spiritual, miracle, individual.
You imagine that's what he does. He does rap
Yeah.
battles
Oh my god. And like fighting
with
against
the
the. Wait. Oh
predators.
my god. I'm not joking. Rapping does come into a part of this. It's hilarious.
Oh, Jesus.
Like everything you're predicting. It's like, yeah, that happens. It's like, holy shit. But yeah, so one thing to remember is he claims he's got predators arrested many times in the past. Like, he has actually, in his videos and on other people's content, said, yeah, I've got, like, this person's in jail because of me. Like, oh my god, wow. I'm the king. And that's where, like, all the respect came from his audience that were, as I said, made up of CSA survivors. Like, that's where it all came from, yeah.
Oh,
But,
gee.
like,
He had a fandom of sad victims who saw him as
yep.
predator daddy.
And
Wonderful.
yeah, and the voice doesn't help because I feel like this was in the era the corpse husband.
Oh, he knew what he was doing. I'm low key your sexy predator
Exactly! Oh my
daddy.
god, you're already getting it, and I love that. I'm like, thank god. Right. Okay, so he started out basically with a series called Life Sucks. In fact, he also did something called YouTube Hell, which was like YouTube poops, but like 10 times more insane. And then he went on to do Life Sucks, which, as it says here, it was like a series that his sister animated and he voiced over, and it was literally just like, my life sucks, and I want to kill myself, and women hate me, and like all that kind of stuff. Like, just as I've said here, incel level shit. I think in one of his Life Sucks videos, and I could be wrong, I think like he actually made like a segment about like doing a school shooting, and it was like, dude, chill.
Are you kidding me?
So yeah, then he started to move on to horror level content, and this is where like the Batman voice came in. So he made a video about the video game Kanye Quest and like how it's actually related to some kind of cult, but nothing ever really came of that. But like we're talking about videos like where I think I could be wrong, but it was like the Yakuza was after him. Like literally the Dark Triad was after Mama.
Wait, Mama Max made a video about a Kanye
Yeah,
West game that was obscure and nobody knew who made it. And then he's sitting in his room filled with posters of Keanu Reeves wearing sunglasses. And all of a sudden, he gets a phone call, and it's like, "We are coming for you next, Mama Max." And he's like, "I know. I already sensed it in the runes. I am the
It was
chosen."
even, like, at that time, it was like, uh, "It's okay, audience, though, don't worry about me. Your Patreon donations keep me safe." And it's
Your Patreon donations save me as I go to 7-Eleven, which as a Japanese company is at risk of having Yakuza agents hidden in it.
So then he plays the game after a while, and then he realizes, oh, this game is linked to an actual cult in Japan. And then, like, he replied to the email later and was, like, saying some shit like, okay, I know who you are, but okay, this is me paraphrasing it. It's like, I know who you are, I know what you're doing. Like, I know you're just trying to bait me here, but imagine that translated into Mama Max. It's like long-winded, poetic type shit in Batman tone.
Your soul. There is the darkness that comes out, and I will snip it with my scissors of justice.
I will crush you with my almighty hand.
I will crush you with the hammer I take to fight off Yakuza at 7-Eleven. Imagine the motherfucker who's behind the counter at 7-Eleven and they see this bitch coming in with sunglasses and a katana, and he looks at him because bitches, the guy behind the counter is Chinese American, and he has to fucking Mama Max has to sense it. Is he of the Japanese variety? His brain goes through the database meme. He has to sense if any Yakuza could be in the Chinese variant. This is basically autism, the Edgelord Olympics.
Oh,
So we're dealing
that's
with the real
another thing.
one,
He actually
folks.
does have autism. Does this count as
Of course he fucking
does
does.
this count as cyberbullying? Oh shit! Oh shit! So when he said that email to the person, they replied in just Japanese, and he translated it. And the way he edited it in the video, it translated, and it was just like, "I will kill you," and it was like the boom, like that noise.
Chris Hansen is telling this son of a bitch to calm the fuck down. Like, what is a
Dude, fun fact: Chris Hansen makes an appearance
oh
in
my
this.
god.
Ta-da!
Are you kidding me?
But yeah, so then 2020, he made a video about a YouTube channel called Curtains Incorporated. Basically, a video was uploaded called Frozen 3 that would bait kids into watching it thinking they're getting Frozen 3. And it added a whole lot of dark editing, a lot of like weird footage of Elsa, and this was basically stuff that was in the video. And yeah, fun fact as I said down here, this was the first Mama Max video I seen, and I did actually look at him and be like, damn, damn son. The predator catching video start then. As it says here, it was as if To Catch a Predator in Nick Crowley's videos had a baby. I've already talked about the Batman voice, which he claimed was real because he had surgery because he fried his vocals apparently. And
One time I swallowed a pizza crust, and it's been lodged in my throat for the last 8 trillion years. The only way it may be released from my being is if the Yakuza at 7-Eleven ever reach me, for which they will slice my throat. The blood will gorge out of my throat, yet in turn I will be free of the pizza crust and its release, the sweet release of pizza crust death.
imagine he just goes into 7-Eleven and she's like, no, I'm not Mama Max. Yeah, and like he just uses his normal voice. It's like, god damn.
Yeah, I'm really fine. And like, you're not a yakuza, are you? You're not a yakuza. I hope you're not a yakuza. Yeah, why does he got the annihilation bear?
Oh,
Is his
I didn't even notice that that
symbol?
was the Annihilation Bear. Holy shit. Yeah, because
Well, you were like
I
12.
would
It's
not say 12.
fine.
I was grown enough to know better by then, but listen. Sometimes it happens. Okay.
We'll pretend you were 12. We'll
Yeah,
pretend. It'll be
12-year-old me was
fine.
just exposed to like a man with a hot voice and it was like, "Oh my god, damn." Um, wait, what?
Hawaii.
Kawaii Dazoo.
Hawaii.
Um, so yeah, this is
Brit.
getting into where we're talking about controversies here. So Max has been known to be struck 3 times, and basically, like, he was never really monetized on YouTube, which was why he was always constantly plugging his Patreon. And I mean, he'd be plugging it like, if you want to support children, click this link. And then you click the link, and it literally, instead of taking you to Rain, instead of taking you to some kind of other charity that helps protect children, it links to his Patreon. And it's like, well, how does this make sense? And later he said something like, because then I can keep doing what I'm doing because YouTube hates me. And it's like, okay, fam, that's whatever. Also, this is actually a
I initially thought it was the Yakuza at the 7-Eleven. Yet now I have found that it is
Stozen Wojcicki.
actually Susan Wojcicki, who has now been revealed as doing yellowface as the Chinese boy at my 7-Eleven, does not want me to get my Diet Dr. Pepper.
Pick a side, Susan. No, I can't. It's such a bad joke. I can't.
Pick a side, Susan. We know who you truly fight
You
for.
love predators. No joke, that actually happens. Um, so this is actually a picture from one of his
Oh,
videos. I'm not
Jesus.
joking.
What? He had a little. This is some Pee Wee Herman looking. Oh, he's standing behind the computer. I thought this was some kind of human computer
Like, I'm not
thing.
sure this is real. Do you know what it gave me the vibes of? It's kind of, it's very Wes
What's up?
Anderson. But if Wes Anderson made a movie with David Lynch.
That would be hilarious because Wes Anderson does like these quirky
Mm-hmm.
little films called. Okay, that's what he could make. His next sequel to his movie The Phoenician Scheme is The Yakuza Scheme. Mama Max will be played by 60-year-old Benicio del Toro.
Wait, I don't even know who that is. Wait, let me Oh hell yeah.
He's gonna be played by 60-year-old Benicio del Toro. Like, when he was younger, he
That
could have been what
literally
Mama
is
Max
Mama
thinks
Max.
he
Holy
was.
shit, we need to put that in the podcast.
So he's gonna have the Yakuza Scheme, and we're gonna have to listen to Wes Anderson's Roald Dahl-esque narration
Exactly.
go into how Benicio del Toro is getting attacked by the Yakuza who protect
And who else?
pedophiles.
Owen Wilson, Jason, whatever that guy's called. He plays Gideon Graves and Scott Pilgrim. He's in a lot of Wes Anderson movies.
Michael Cera.
Michael Cera could just play Onision for some reason.
Michael Cera can play Onision. Who was the other one you said?
Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson can play Chris
Oh
Hansen.
hell yeah. Classic lineup. And I also wanna say I want Deji, Comedy Shorts Gamer, to play one of the characters we're gonna meet later. And I mean iconic character, you're gonna love
Oh
this shit
god.
when it gets to it. Oh shit, right, hang on. Okay. So basically, yes. I just heard the
An-
what?
Answer us, pedo tube.
So yeah, pretty much. Yeah, answers PedoTube. So September 2020, he went after this website MyLol, which was basically a chat room for kids only, which had no verification for age. So yeah, it was like just a cesspool for predators. Um, the video got taken down for bullying and harassment, and this was literally because he literally doxed so many predators and their contact information, which obviously I can understand. It's like, dude, maybe not do that part. Um
Maybe just report it to the fucking police like you
Exact
plan to do, instead of feeding your Benicio del Toro
Yeah, like, literally,
ego
like, acting like he fucking Keanu
and
Reeves in that one wasn't he in the American version of Good Boy? Or am I thinking about something else?
brother, I don't know. I gotta be honest.
I do.
Okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna
Okay.
read that tweet. Okay, at Team YouTube, this is the last time I will ask nicely. Eh, eh, excuse me, senpai. Blush emoji. Can you please, ray emoji, reinstate my film emoji? It was mistakenly
Axe
removed.
emoji.
X emoji. And my appeal was denied. Ooh woo emoji. But I did nothing wrong. I swear. Angel emoji. Just hunted
Skull
pedos is all.
emoji.
Skull and crossbone emoji. I know you can make
Heart
this
emoji.
right. Heart emoji.
Like, holy shit, imagine, like, getting that, like, you're one of YouTube's staff
Jesus.
and you get that, I'd literally be like, "Fine, get the fuck out of here." Like, you're taking the piss. Like, holy shit.
No. He's just I well, first of all, I would think at first that this is a troll, like this is some joke that a YouTuber is
Exactly.
doing.
Like, even look at, like, the profile picture, it's literally, like, him as if he's Jesus on the cross.
Wait, okay, let me
I know, it's
zoom in,
so difficult. I
brother.
wish I could do it on the PowerPoint, but I can't. But he's literally, like, arms outspread. One half of him is white, and the other half of him is black. I guess, like, that's because he thinks he's Martin Luther King.
That is because I am Martin Luther King reincarnated, and I represent all of the people. I am the Lorax of people who
He's
aren't
like,
pedophiles.
he had a dream, whereas I had a nightmare of the children. It's like, gee.
I have a dream where a child can hold a man's hand and not think he's a pedophile.
Holy shit, fam, you can't even make this shit up. Um, so I added this part here, also had a lot of gun imagery, and I'm talking like it was like a clip of him as if he's being like held hostage or something, but he's smiling like the Joker the whole way through it. Like the predator that's kidnapped him is like patting him on the head, and he's sitting there like laughing, and then the gun gets put into his mouth. And I just want to point out, I've theorized this with people in the past on Reddit. I feel like a lot of his content was very pink related. Like very it was just very glamorized, and like there is an actual word I want to say. I'm just like I know we're gonna censor it out. If I yeah, fuck it, I'll say it. It was very like fetishized, and I think he's just a weirdo. I think he's a creep.
Hashtag answer us pedotube. Why is it that you've been out of Diet Dr. Pepper at the 7-Eleven for 2 weeks now? I see you, hashtag pedotube.
Um, but he like literally like got his audience, and this is what I'm saying like about they die for him. He literally was like without like speaking in Mama Max terms because I can't remember the exact quotes, but it was basically like, "Hey, can you just go to other content creators, at them, go into their comment sections, like demand them to like help spread this word." And the thing is, it actually was a success. Like no joke, it trended on Twitter. Like as you can see up here, the Reddit thing from Out of the Loop. Like some dude is like, "What the hell is happening on Twitter? Why is everybody saying answer us pedotube?" Like
Make sure you send letters to Susan. And if you do, I demand you go to your local Walmart and only get the Martin Luther King commemorative stamp so Susan knows her crimes.
answers pedotube, as I said, was a success. But he did have criticism. especially from these two. So this is Tommy C. Fun fact, I've called onto his show before, but I can admit that I'm not part of that side of YouTube anymore. And then also Nicola.
I've never seen
Yeah,
this man.
he's not got a lot of views. I'd say he's more for like his podcast was called Shot from the Point, which was basically like ice hockey and shit. Um this was his co-host Nicholas Diorio, who has his own channel now and is actually very, very successful. So yeah, uh they
Sad to see what's happened to his face. Face melting is a real issue, folks. Please donate to www.facemeltingdisorder.org and help this man on the lower right side regain some of his face structure and his pupils.
they were trying to say like, okay, so YouTube isn't protecting predators. It's just because of the algorithms and like a lot of the content in Max's videos was just all horror related, and there was like a lot of violent imagery, a lot of blood, like just really dark kind of shit. So they're like, you've obviously like tripped the algorithm here. And they said if you continue to do this basically press tour, I want to call it, it's gonna cause another adpocalypse, which obviously I agree with. And keep in mind, I wasn't around for all this shit. I was still a fan of it, so I didn't know he had like criticism like going on. Um, so Max got in contact with YouTube and they confirmed it's because you literally showed their phone numbers, like the predators. So obviously, yeah, that's a big no-no. Um, can't remember why, but basically Moist Critical, and this is the first mention and won't be the last, he was in contact with Susan Wojcicki. Is it Wojcicki or Wojcicki?
You're
Okay, we'll just
asking
say
the
Susan
wrong
Wojcicki.
bitch.
So he was having a talk with her, and he mentioned the whole MamaMax situation, like the video getting taken down, stuff like that. So they created this this protocol that would go ahead where the YouTuber, instead of the video automatically getting taken down, it'll basically give them a hint or a heads up as to like what is causing their video to get like demonetized or whatever. So he can basically go and like re-edit it, which is what he did. He edited it and re-uploaded and it was fine for a while. So then wait, what year was this? Did this happen again? Yeah, 2020. So we had Answers PedoTube. And then November 2021, this was when Pick a Side YouTube started, and this is why I keep saying pick a side. So
Pick a side,
children are
YouTube.
predators. That is dead ass what he said. So he made a video basically looking into IMVU, and I like to imagine IMVU is like a version of Avakin life, but it's like got this like kind of more sexual vibe to it. Well, not sexual, but more like a sexier vibe. Like everybody, like their avatars look hotter, the graphics, like stuff like that. Um, so he found predators on there, and he found one in particular. Uh, they were trying to get his identity, and this is where I'm talking about the thing that we were saying earlier. He was in contact with this predator and was like, "Please, I want to see your face. Please, I'm just a child, and I have a crush on you," and stuff like that. And the predator's like, "Nah, I'm not risking it." And then Max puts on some girly leggings and takes a photo of his ass and sends it. And the predator's like, absolutely, here we go. So he sends the what?
Wait. No, you don't get to just say that and then we don't talk about it for a minute. This man,
What do you mean? What? Go. What is it?
he went in drag. He went in child
Yeah,
drag, being like, "Yes, I am the uwu kawaii dream girl of your dreams." And then I just imagine him with the stripy socks,
I
uwu,
am not joking, man.
like,
Like I am not joking.
and Him angstily
He
shaving
did
his
that. He
legs
did
in the
that one other
shower.
time as well. He did that. He shaved his legs. He even showed footage of it, and he sent the Predator picture. Oh my god! Holy shit!
Something's in my ass. Mm. So I see Shane
Yeah,
Dawson
don't
at the
worry.
bottom.
Yeah,
That's
we
always a good
don't
sign.
worry, don't worry. It's crazy how he's included. So yeah, Max made a new video for the Pick a Side campaign, and he reached out to all these YouTubers to be like, "Hey, can you please like, do you want to like be in my video? Do you want to talk about how like messed up YouTube's their like guidelines are and how they like literally mess up people's videos and get them to monetize, etc., etc." People were like, "Yeah, sure, of course, that'd actually be really great." So examples of this are like Ready to Glare, love her, she's great. Um, Anxiety War, who is another like predator hunting channel, but he actually, I feel like the way he does it is actually more professional than Max, I would say. Um, just like like a whole lot of YouTubers basically talked about this video, like well talked in this video, sorry. Um, and then at the end, he starts to call out all these other YouTubers like Philip DeFranco, I need your help once again. Ethan Klein, Keemstar, like because they all helped him before. Um,
I need the most B-minus men on the planet to come to my rescue so I may save the
I need
children.
Joe Rogan to hold my hand. It's like
I need Joe Rogan to hold my hand and tell me that I'm the bestest boy.
I need Corpse Husband to pat me on the head and say, "Look,
Save me, corpse husbandero.
Papa Frankie." Salty Frankets are trying to imagine.
Frankaroo. Flipsaloo,
But
frankaroo.
when he's like calling out all these YouTubers, he goes for Moist Critical again, and he again says like, "Oh, because you helped me before," but then he literally says something like, "Your last conversation with Susan Wojcicki, aged like milk." It's like, dude, what the fuck?
I have personally looked in Susan's fridge, and if only you knew the contents of her spoiled dairy
There are
product.
children in the fridge.
There are children in her milk.
Choke the whole.
The children are calling from in the milk.
He calls like Chris Hansen and basically says like, if you basically get me in conversations with YouTube, like if you help me with this, when I say again, I don't mean like again that Chris Hansen helped him before because he didn't, but he's like, get me in touch with YouTube again, and maybe like everybody will love you again, considering you fucked up the Onision investigation. And like even said the same kind of thing for Shane Dawson because this was like after um Shane Dawson was really cancelled for like the Willow Smith stuff and like the pictures of him kissing teenagers. Like he was like, if you help me, you will be redeemed. It's like
Jane Dawson, I am so concerned for the children that I am going to a man who has humped Willow Smith's cardboard cutout for the children.
like Shane Dawson would still be getting hate for that. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on. Like, who do you think you are? You're like God or something? Um, and then he also calls like Corpse Husband because they literally had their own personal beef, and the reason they had this beef was because something along the lines of Corpse. Back in Max's Life Sucks series, Corpse Husband did a monologue in one of those videos, and it said the R slur. So then that resurfaced, and the audience, like Corpse Husband's audience, were like, "Oh, you're ableist. I can't believe this." Blah blah blah. Like, go, like really coming down hard on him. Um, and then Max is literally in the hospital with his girlfriend at that time, and he's like, dude, you're literally hounding me while I'm in the hospital. Like, what do you want? Corpse is like, can you please just go and delete this video, please? Can you go and, like, delete it? I'm begging you. So then Max goes, leaves the girlfriend at the hospital, and then goes home and deletes the video. And then something along the lines of, oh, I owe you one was said. But they literally just didn't be friends from that. So, like, now this was him in the video, like, you owe me that favor when you were rushing me home from the hospital. And even better, the video, like, while he's talking to Corpse Husband is, like, literally him on the beach, like, standing in front of a wave, like, all black and white footage. It's like, dude. Like, god damn, dude, come on. Okay. This is gonna be a bit controversial, considering the screenshot at the side. In this video also, the dude you only see it now.
Yes, I'm seeing all the people he's tagging and the emojis. He thought about
Oh
those
yeah, actually
emojis.
right enough, because yeah, I don't know why I didn't pay attention to that. Like, what? Why is he doing a blush emoji for H3H3? In the same video for Pick a Side YouTube, basically, Max used a lot of, like, he came for Tommy C, basically, like, saying, oh, well, you literally were against us the last time, like, even though Tommy C's criticisms were so valid, like, that it wasn't, like, about YouTube protecting, like, criminals. And also, this is where, like, Tommy goes from, like, being nice and polite, like, he is literally freaking the fuck out, like, at this stage, because he can't stand MamaMax by now.
Can anyone stand MamaMax by
Believe
now?
it or not, yes. Like, a lot of people were still on his side. So he's getting a lot of, like, criticism from the commentary community. One of them being Vito, which is the dude in this screenshot.
Who the fuck is this?
This is Camden Gerard Davis. Camden Gerard Davis has been described as a cult leader. He is a werewolf.
No!
He's a werewolf. He's a vampire. He's a pimp. He's a demon. And he's a god. He is everything you can think of. He has allegedly abused and trafficked hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of minors. How that is.
This is surprising because the picture you've shown me, he looks 12
He
years
does,
old.
doesn't he? This is the guy who I'd said I wanted Deji to play him. Could you imagine the allegations come out and he's like, I have no knowledge of any of this. This is so bizarre. No, 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 no. No, you don't know who Deji is?
No, I know who he is. I just thought that I wanted to know
No,
if this kid
but
was British or
interestingly
not.
enough, like, he was one of those, like, DID fakers. When he would shift into his, like, demon form, like, he would literally shift into Lucifer, who all the members would call him Lucy, because they were, like, his, like, and I quote, their gay best friend. Could you imagine?
This is the most chosen shit I've
Chosen
ever
shit.
seen.
And it's
This is fucking this motherfucker. You know what? This is fitting for
isn't
Mama
it?
Max
And that's the thing.
because
Like, a lot of
of
people said
course
that to him, and they were like, "You're literally making a video about a vampire werewolf cult. This is right up your alley." Like, what the fuck?
if I had to think of an anime for Mama Max on his way to defend the local plebeians from the terrors of child molesters, I would come up with a vampire demon pimp. That would be perfect. Like, I need some Devil May Cry shit for him, and this is just that.
The first time I seen this, I remember I thought it was a joke.
Now we have our
Exactly.
Sephiroth.
He also had this victim called Spencer. He would pimp her out apparently a lot. There was a lot of SA. He tried to murder her a lot of times. Was manipulative, apparently revenge porn, even though I never saw anything to do with that. He sexually interacted with girls as young as 13, And he used to do this thing where he'd pee on all his victims because he's a wolf and he's marking his territory. What the? I know, what the fuck?
Jesus.
Um,
How old is he?
he was 18 when he started this cult. Max makes another video which results in another shitstorm, and this links to what I said. There were 3 campaigns. So, Max in October 2023 changes the channel name to God Cult, and God stands for Guard Our Descendants.
That's some MAGA shit. That's
Yeah, it's
some
like actually
MAGA sounding
Pizzagate all
shit.
over again.
Ugh. Camden Davis is basically what the Pizzagate people thought was behind the
Yes,
cult. So,
exactly.
a demon vampire, and most importantly, a racial minority.
Yes, correct. He releases the video about the Camden cult, which saw all these like child victims basically. And in this video, he introduces the greatest person I've ever like seen in this planet. Her name is Spencer. She was a victim of this cult, but I'd like to say she was the Ghislaine Maxwell of the cult.
Oh my
It
god.
sounds bad to say, because she was 16, but she's literally up here on YouTube admitting that she did this shit, and I'm like, that could go bad if y'all go to court with this shit. You don't want to admit that. So
Okay,
she's the
got
one
you.
who made the statement that he victimized hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of minors. She
This man probably does not even know hundreds
exactly,
of
and
people.
do you know what I think it was? The
So,
reason she said hundreds, I think it's he probably just reached out to people and was like, and even like the other members of the cult would like reach out to other people through Whisper and Wattpad of all the places, and we're like, hey, if you want to join a family dynamic or like a pack, like join us, like at this blah 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 blah. And then he would DM them, but that would be pretty much it. Like I think it was like a hi, do you want to join our cult? I think that's what she's counting upon hundreds.
hello, fellow
Yeah.
kids. We just have Camden walking in with the boombox and the backwards hat
Yeah.
over his shoulder. And he's just like, "Hello, fellow kids. Would you like to be a werewolf god
he's got
slave?"
like he's got a t-shirt skibidi toilet. Spencer got her own channel when this video came out, and on this channel, well, one video for some reason is MamaMax dancing for 10 hours straight. So then she done an interview about her experience in the cult, but this video was 4 hours long, which is kind of hard to digest. I watched the whole video, but I don't really remember a lot of it, and the video's been taken down now. So it's considered lost media now, actually. Wow. I want to make it clear why I'm apprehensive about Spencer. So as I said, she was one of the ones who she was the Ghislaine Maxwell. Like apparently, she lured a 13-year-old girl physically, like literally went to pick her up in an Uber, brought her back to Camden's house, and then the reason that she like sent the girl home was apparently Camden was like, "Hey, convince this 13-year-old to like hook up with me," and she's like, no." So then yeah, isn't it
Oh my
crazy?
god.
Like, I don't know. And then she just sends the girl home. Uh, another reason I'm weary of Spencer is because she also did what Max did with like that one Predator's dad. She brought Camden's ma into it, like saying she put out a video being like, "Oh, this is for Camden's mom's name. Your son has victimized hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of minors," and it's like, why are you bringing this woman into it, and why are you naming her? And like, not to mention the fact that you've named where these people are from, so people are gonna find her. And the thing is, like, she is like adamant that for all the time that she lived with Camden, the mother never knew that she was there, which doesn't make sense to me at all. Like, how would you not know?
Yeah, that's fucked.
Um, then for this investigation, Spencer moves in with Max at one stage. Like, this is years after the cult, by the way. Like, years after the cult. She's moved in with Max contractually, which I might say, like literally they made a contract about this shit and it made it awkward. Um, so she completely relied on him basically as a second parent. And that's not good because things that came up about her basically, you know those people who just don't want to work? They just want to laze about all day
Yeah.
and eat fast food and stuff like that. She's been known to be one of those people.
That's me.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, you have a job. Whereas
She doesn't want that.
yeah, she refused to work. Even Max tried to help her get a job, dude, and she had every excuse under the sun. Um, like basically, yeah, as I say here, she didn't want to work. She just wanted to smoke weed all day, and that was, yeah, it was just awkward. And I also want to add, she's the type of girl who would cry child abuse when her parents took the computer away.
Oh, Jesus.
I know. Okay, so back to Brainwash Your Favorite Influencer video. Max does another call to action. He calls out to PewDiePie, Anthony Fantano, because he wants Anthony Fantano to rate the music in the video, and then Joe Rogan, and it goes on. Again, he advertises the Patreon, so he can raise funds for Spencer and her suing Camden. And he also wants to sue all the law agencies that didn't want to help Spencer back in the day. Like, what the fuck? Um,
That'll work. Oh, definitely. You'll find a lawyer for
he
that,
also apparently wanted
Max.
to sue the police department. Like, what the
You wanted to sue Oh, great. Oh, wonderful.
um,
What is this kid's ego trip?
exactly. And the
What
thing
is he
is,
on?
this video literally only had some mentions of Camden Gerard Davis and Spencer.
But you're making it all about
Exactly.
yourself.
He's very narcissistic. Max has just always been narcissistic. Woe is me. Woe is me.
No.
I didn't get the girl that I wanted.
No, I don't get Damn, you're telling me? Oh my god.
Pork found in the
Who would
kitchen.
have thunk? Pork found in kitchen, water is wet.
I will say this, a good thing that was used like for the video was they did a shout out to see if they could find more victims and they actually did succeed in that. Fans at this stage are starting to question, right, why is this video starting to like why is this feeling like an ARG more than an advertisement for this like cult documentary, and why is there not a lot of information about the cult and more information about the victims? Like, why is this literally just some online game to you?
Yeah, you're treating the abuse of the innocent as your own, like, like we said, it was ego abuse. I don't
Yeah.
What a piece of shit.
So, as I said, the video bombs, and then in November 2023, Max makes a video called something along the lines of What Happened to Mama Max, and it's basically him just reading out hate comments and being condescending. And like he literally is just practically bullying everybody. Like okay, to be fair, at one point there's like a dude with a Patrick Bateman profile picture and he's all, okay, Patrick Bateman, this is what you lack. And it's like, what the fuck? And
Oh my god, that shows you he's a
yeah, like,
LARPer.
exactly. And even like somebody had a Kiwi Farms profile picture and he goes, your profile speaks volumes. I know what kind of person you are. And it's like, dude,
How dare you go onto my Christian Minecraft server while you are harassing the likes of Christian?
one of the comments in particular were kind of like, okay, you called PewDiePie out, but the way you've called him out is like saying like, oh, PewDiePie, how couldn't you come back to YouTube? Even at that, he uses PewDiePie's fatherhood against him. It's like, you are a father now. You understand the mental mechanics of, like, he says some shit like that. He's just basically emotionally blackmailing people. One of the better questions was somebody asked, okay, I'm just gonna say it, why are your videos so dramatized? And he goes into this whole thing like, The MamaMax universe is a cautionary tale that takes place in a dystopian future where child predators have taken over. Then a group of vigilantes in the style of Hotline Miami called the Children rise up from the depths to like stuff like that. It's like, fam, what do you mean? The Mama Max universe? What are you talking about, man? Fuck you talking about?
The Mama Man universe.
So in this video too, he also people are kind of like saying, "Oh, we're offended." Like per Spencer, it feels like you're making fun of her situation. Then he's like, "Here's a clip from the victim," and well, not the victim, the survivor. And basically, Spencer comes on and she's like, "Okay, guys, I can see that you're offended, but I don't like that you're offended on my behalf. Can you just stop?" And the thing, like, this is the thing, Will Max, you'll notice going forward, he uses Spencer as a human shield. Like, it's like he gets asked some kind of
Jeez.
really pointed question, and it's like, "Here's Spencer."
Using her as a, you can't judge me because I'm here for
Yeah,
her.
it's almost like he's the hero and she's the damsel in distress, but he's actually throwing her in front of the bullet at the same time. Throws a tantrum because, like in this video about the influencers who didn't reply to his video, so he makes another video lashing out. And this video is what got him into deep shit. The video was called "This is the greatest cancellation of all time." It was a bait and switch because the thumbnail is of Moist Critical. Like, what the fuck?
Bruh. Going for the
Like, what
internet
is he
darling.
doing? Like, why would you do it? Like, oh my god, he's so
He's
cocky. The fact that he thought he would get away with it.
What the fuck did he think? Oh
Like,
my
what the hell? He is
god.
lucky that Moist Critical is a very chill person, because if I feel like if it was anybody else, they would have sued him.
Charlie! You do not care about children, Charlie!
Yeah, that does happen. I'm not joking. Like, he literally like calls out all these YouTubers. Like, why are they focused on Sniper Wolf and Jack's films? What the fuck? Like, my situation is more important because children. He goes
I'm definitely not using his children as brownie points.
exactly, mom. Exactly. I'm so glad. Can I just say, like, remember? I was like, I'm so nervous that you're gonna be on the wrong side of this. I'm so glad that you're seeing.
He's a narcissist. How dare you? He is a narcissistic piece of shit. What
Oh
is
god.
Charlie, you do not care about children,
I'm actually
Charlie!
gonna show the DMs because he shamelessly in this video there's a montage of him messaging Moist Critical over Discord that literally do go from like, "Hey, I'm doing a video, like this is about like this cult. I'd really appreciate it if you watched it. You don't have to, you're under no obligation to." And then they escalate to, as you're saying, "Charlie, you do not care about children."
Charlie, this is not for my own gratification. This is totally about the children, and you don't care about the children, Charlie!
And the DMs that I'm gonna show, I'm not gonna show all of them because I mean there were tons. Like, Max just didn't care how psychotic he looked. It's literally like there's a link in there that linked to some private individual video for influencers that basically says to them, "If you join the evidence server that I've made for all the victims, you're contractually obligated, sign an NDA, and also you need to make content about this. You absolutely have to."
He's just
He is
bitches!
such a clout demon. That's all he wanted. Like, one time, like, he sent the same message to Nicholas Diorio, who we were talking about earlier. Um, and he literally,
Nicholas!
"Nicholas, you need to think.
You do not care, Nicholas!
Your silence will not go unnoticed." That's an actual quote he said to Nicholas Diorio. Diorio replied to
Man thought he had Epstein. This man thought he had fucking Epstein because he found a kid with a vampire
like,
cult.
he literally, like, Nicholas Diorio replied to him and was like, "Wait, what the fuck?" And then, like, Max says, "Oh, sorry about the tone, man. I'm making a video." And it's like, dude, what the fuck? That's so embarrassing. But,
He's like, Listen, it's a part of the LARP. It's a
Like,
part of the
Nicholas
LARP.
even said to
Stop.
him, he's like, "Do you have any evidence of this?" And Max is like, "Yeah, we have an evidence server. You just gotta sign an NDA." Nicholas is like, "How do I sign the NDA then?" He goes, "Just write your name and the date on a bit of paper." He literally signed it on like,
Not how that works.
yeah, he literally signs it on like a user manual for a PlayStation and sends a photo of it to Max. And Max is like, "Perfect."
Of course, it's the most incel fucking
Yeah.
device.
But yeah, this is it.
Charlie, I apologize for the continued sense of urgency, but once you've had the opportunity to review the forthcoming video, the critical nature of the situation will become abundantly clear. Your immediate attention could very well be life-saving. Your influence is significant, and it carries a weight that could contribute greatly to the welfare of many children. Even a short engagement from you on this subject could yield meaningful results. There's no obligation for you to cover this subject, but even just a few hours of your time for an interview could make a substantial difference. Could we possibly schedule 15 minutes with you to discuss this further for an initial call? Motherfucker is sending like an official legal plea to the man who made the poopsie slime surprise. Yeah,
Yeah.
baby!
He's like
Meme.
asking the dude who made the video about the guy who made, like, he made a video one time about this video he seen one day where it was like, Bigfoot broke into my house and farted. He wants that guy to talk about this shit. Like, what are you talking about, fam?
He's making a serious plea to the man who made a video about Harley Quinn
Oh my
fart
god, I
content.
remember that. Holy shit. Fucking nightmares. PTSD, shell shock. But yeah.
Disgusting. And I'm not talking about the Harley Quinn fart here. I'm talking about Mama
So if
Max.
you were moist critical and you got like a bunch of like, and I mean there was more than this, and it did go from nice and kind to your silence will not go unnoticed, would you reply to any of that? Max continues to try and get help with the case. And meanwhile, Moist Critical actually does come online, and in one of his like live streams, somebody asks him, they're like, "Stop ignoring Mama Max, talk about it." And he genuinely is just saying, like, "Yeah, I think it was a dickhead thing to do." Like, literally just a bait and switch of it all. Um, because, in fact, hang on, I don't even think I really talked about what that video was about. It literally was just, "Hey, we need more help about this cult." And it was him criticizing the fact that more people were talking about Sniper Wolf than they were talking about Camden Gerard Davis, whoever the fuck that is.
Probably because Camden Gerard Davis is not an important person who should be taken
Like, for
seriously.
real, and the fact that, like, the video then is literally him just calling out Charlie for not taking anything, like, any of the messages seriously. Like, he literally is doubling down in this video, like, "Charlie, I can't believe you've been silent about this. This is disgusting." So, it,
Charlie!
like, it is,
How could you, Charlie?
like, it is about Moist Critical, but the title would make you think, consider Mama Max as a predator hunter, you think you're about to watch a video that's gonna tell you that Moist Critical is a predator. So,
Oh yeah, he's clickbaiting. He's
yeah,
clickbaiting for sure.
but, like, in the worst possible way.
in a
Like,
disgusting
his
way.
own,
That's libel.
like, I swear they were friends, I
Defamation.
think, at that point. Like, not, like, best friends, but they would, like, they were on good terms with each other, they would message and shit. And to do that all of a sudden, it's just fucked in the head. So yeah, Charlie wasn't happy.
Charlie!
Charlie. Have you ever seen that clip
Charlie!
that "I love kids, Charlie. I love kids." It's
Oh
literally
my
that.
god,
Holy
yes.
shit. Um Moist Critical says that the reason he didn't see any of these messages is because he had COVID, so he wasn't on Discord. Now I'm gonna be honest, I think that's just an excuse. I think he's too nice to admit that, "Hey Max, you're fucking insane. I don't wanna Like, I don't want to engage with you on this shit. I think that's what really happened, but he's just too nice to admit it.
It's the smarter
I suppose,
option.
yeah. Actually, because, yeah, Max would have I wonder what Max would have done if that was the response. Then I think he would have
You don't care about
like
children,
flat out called him a
Charlie.
predator defender, I think. Holy shit.
Yes.
So uh so yeah, then Max changes the channel name back to MamaMax, and he does a live stream. This one dude here, Lyrics, I think he goes by Liam Donovan now, he calls in, as well as this, like, lurker called Colton, and they're basically just fighting with Max and Spencer over the whole Moist Critical video. Like how bad it was and how it wasn't needed. And they're just not understanding it. They're basically saying, we needed to do this or nobody would pay attention. And it's like, what the fuck? And then yeah, at one stage, then
Bro.
Lurk says the R slur, so he gets kicked out of the call. Like, what the fuck? But
Oh my
then,
god.
interestingly enough, this is where Mudahar comes into the picture. If nobody knows who Mudahar is, he's basically just this YouTuber who claims to be an engineer, but he really just goes on, like, the dark web and just looks up how much does an onion cost on the dark web. Like, that type of shit. He calls in and basically says the exact same things that Lyric says, but in a nicer way. Just explains to him that the execution's per. And Max is like, okay, fam, thank you. I appreciate it. Love you. Bye. Mwah. Also, this is all the start of the third campaign. So first, we had Answer Us PedoTube. Then we had... The second one was Pick a Side YouTube. And now we have hashtag We Are Real. Which was...
We are real.
This was actually already a trending hashtag, and it was something about, like, soccer or something like that. So when you looked up We Are Real, it did... Yeah, it did not come up with what he wanted it to come up. From this live stream and all the criticism he's getting, fans who used to really want to die on a hill for him are like, wait a minute. These people have points. And I remember watching these live streams too and being like, holy shit, I'm like, why am I changing my mind here? Why am I actually kind of like, wait a minute, something's going on here? Because not even just the fact that they're criticizing the way he goes about things, people are literally looking into his past videos and discussing them on Reddit, being like, do we actually believe this? Do we really believe this happened? Like, was this real? And one of the ones that I pointed out, in fact, let's go back to... Remember I was talking about Cartoons Incorporated? This one. The Frozen Free video. And I remember when I saw this video for the first time, I thought, Christ, this Frozen 3 video was edited a lot like the way Max edits his own videos. Has the same text, has all the same kind of key features, has that weird fetishy kind of vibe to it. So people are literally starting to question everything that Max has ever done in the past. And the whole thing with the Yakuza thing, in that video, he's saying that he was on a Discord server for that video game. And in one of the clips of him on the Discord, there's a cog icon at the bottom corner, and people are like, wait a minute, that only appears if you're the moderator of that Discord server. So everybody is just questioning all of his previous content. It's amazing. I'm like, hell yes, shit's getting fucking spicy in here. Wow. Hell yeah. So, then comes January 2024. Max finally changes the thumbnail of the greatest cancellation video from Moist Critical to Sniper Wolf for some reason, and that's better apparently because she's liked less. Like, but then later he changes it to Camden. He goes live one night again, and now this time Spencer is living with him at this stage. And as I said before, there was a contract for him to basically take care of her and feed her, do all her medical stuff like that. And he even says at one stage, I plan to get Spencer to be independent at some stage. Like, he's a damn parent. Like, what the fuck? It's just so weird.
He's adopted this young lady who was trapped under the thrall of a vampire werewolf god. I can't blame
It's just,
him.
like, bizarre if you think about it, because you'll see, like, the way this case goes on, it's almost like she goes from one cult to another.
Yeah,
It's
that's pretty
insane. It's
accurate.
pretty insane. I will say this, I did not come up with that. It was actually somebody in another podcast called The Broadcast by Xylee Gets Real, but whatever, we'll get into that. So in this live stream where Spencer is there in the room, they have another victim come on who basically gives her and like her story. And I think they have another victim tell her story, and everybody's just asking questions, stuff like that. But slowly, there's people who are coming in to the live stream who are asking questions about, like the ethics of how he's doing things and stuff like that. Um, in this thing, Max. Now, I've probably worded this wrong, but he basically confesses that they're trying to sue this guy in the way that they get paid. And the reason they want to do that is... Hang on, actually, that makes zero sense, actually. No, wait, never mind. Right, okay, I need to reword this. I meant, like, what I was meant to say was, like, they're raising money. So, this stream was also put up to get donations so they can fly out every damn victim that this man has to Georgia so they can all go to the police and report him together. Which,
You don't have to be in the state to report. Oh
but
my
this is the
god.
thing, according to Spencer's story, she went to a lot of, like, police departments and they said, oh, not our jurisdiction. But I think it's kind of like, I think it's the case where she has admitted she loves Law and Order SVU, and I think it's very Hollywood cliche, like, oh, the police don't care, the police don't care. Then in comes this hero who's gonna save the day, if that makes sense.
Well, also, we're not in the room when they're reporting him to
Yeah,
the police. So as far as we know, they could be on their shit and sounding like crazy people to these guys in the middle of, where is it, Georgia?
yeah,
And just like, there's like random middle-aged dads. They're gonna be like, what the fuck do you mean he runs a werewolf god
exactly.
cult?
Like, and the thing is, one of the victims actually did report something that happened between her and Camden, like really bad shit, and they reported it. It nearly went through, but they did that particular type of kit. But the thing is, before she done the kit, she had showered, so it didn't work, and then it was dropped like ultimately. So yeah,
Oh,
which is
jeez.
really sad and unfortunate because I do genuinely think that there were victims of this man. Like, yeah,
Obviously, but that's the problem. That's the problem, is there are victims of this man. This man is a mentally ill, dangerous person, but we are not taking the precautions
hmm
to fix it. We are instead jamming our ego as far up the ass of the story
hmm
as we can.
and I think that's what I was like trying to say before. I think like a lot of the victims wanted to get a criminal conviction, whereas Max and Spencer were looking for money.
Exactly, because they're fucking
It's like, dude, it's
entertainers.
just so sad. It's like, holy shit. Um, where was it? Because yeah, even Max like said on this call, because the dude Colton who I mentioned before, he said, "Well, why haven't you like sued this guy then if you like really want to?" And Max says, "Oh, well, we went to a lawyer and he said that Camden might not have enough assets to successfully sue him." And I'm like, dude, like, can you just not at least just try and put this guy in jail? Because apparently, like, at this time, 2024, this cult was still active. It's like, or do you not really care more about the fact that,
Oh my
like,
god.
you'd want to get this dude put behind bars instead of getting a payday? It's, I don't know.
Get a mental patient
Mm-hmm.
off the streets instead of your pocket being lined,
Exactly.
Mama Max.
This picture here is actually, funnily enough, one time he actually did get arrested for smash and grab, apparently. So yeah, as I said, dream takes a turn eventually, because the commentary, people are calling in more and more at this stage, questioning Max the why he's going the way that he's doing it, why he's live streaming this shit, why he's not going to the police. Some of the people he called in are the likes of Xylee Gets Real, who's I love her. She's great. Like she's like this 50-year-old like lady who sounds like an absolute hillbilly, and she just rips him apart. Then there's Smaggle who's not even a commentary YouTuber, he's just a commentary lurker, and some of the shit he says is so funny. Um, then Lyrics calls in again. This time he doesn't say any like slurs or anything, so he gets to stay. Um, they all, yeah, they all question his morals, as I'm saying, and they question like, not like they don't question the testimonies themselves. They question the reliability. It's like, dude, but like, where's the evidence of all of this stuff? Like, that's what you need, because you can't just say this stuff and expect people to believe it, especially when it's such a crazy story. Um,
I'm sorry, but how am I expected? This is what I mean when I'm like, it's entertainers taking the piss
yeah,
out of a serious situation. Because how am I supposed to be like, this is a serious thing that I need to take seriously when one of the people talking to Mama Max about it is named fucking Smaggle?
so one of the things that Xylee questions him on, she's like, well, how, like, you've been doing this for so many years and you're telling me you don't know how the process goes. And like, he says openly, I've never been to court, Xylee. And this literally makes her laugh. She is saying, oh, so you're a vigilante for views only. And then he gets pissed. And I mean, her
Bruh.
calling as well is so iconic. She does not hold back. I love Xylee. She's great. Um, so then Mutahar calls in once again and advises him, right, you need to not go the route that you're going, because it's better that you just go to the police with all this stuff now that you have all these survivors. Max is basically saying, oh, well, I'm only doing these streams because it's what the victims want me to do. And it's like, but the thing is, you're supposed to be the professional. You, like, imagine like a police officer saying, what do you want us to do about this crime?
Yeah, it's like,
Somebody who doesn't really understand.
take
Yeah,
responsibility. If you're the big predator catcher, take responsibility. You should know what to do if you've caught hundreds of these.
exactly. It's like, dude, like, come on. Like, and the thing is, the fact that he's even said to Xylee there that he's never been to court, it's like, so what about all these predators that you've caught in the past? And don't worry, we'll get to that. And it's juicy. It's so spicy. Um, so Muda
Oh no.
is basically saying, right, okay, the reason Muda actually calls in is because like people are like, oh, who has seen the evidence? And he goes, he's like saying like, oh, Muda's seen the evidence, so he can like endorse it. He can say it, like he can tell you that it's valid. And then Muda calls in and is like, I never once said it was valid. I'm just on the server. I've just looked at some of the evidence, but I've never once endorsed it. So he calls in and is basically then saying, like, just giving him the usual advice, like, you need to go to the police with this. And then Max, the cheeky bastard, he turns and says, I would have loved this advice months ago, but you didn't reply to my message. It's like, dude, like, nobody, you're not entitled to people's time.
That's right. I am going to be a petty
And
bitch.
he is just so petty when it comes to like Mudahar for the rest of this. Like even like later on. And you know what's like funny I do want to point out? This is I was gonna save this on later. There's like a last slide of like unsorted stuff because I did not know where to fit it on. But there's a point where he says that Spencer actually came to him years prior during when he's doing his more like horror video game content, and she's like, hey, can you help me expose this cult that I was a victim of? And he goes, yeah, maybe later when I'm like like when I'm not doing other things. He's doing fucking Kanye Quest video instead of helping this girl, and he
Oh my
thinks he
god.
deserves people's prompt responses, like when he calls for them, like the audacity of it all. It's just dumb as
Hypocrisy.
shit. So, because that stream went so badly, he literally ends it like a bitch. He's like, see you probably never again. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, now he's having a temper tantrum. So, I don't know.
What a bottom.
So, they all go quiet for a bit. And this gives time for all the commentary YouTubers to start making more content about how he's really fucking this shit up. Like, he's not providing evidence. He's probably given Camden more reason to sue them. And I will say this, Nicholas Diorio made content which totaled to 6 hours of all of the videos about this cult. And he literally couldn't figure out what he was watching. He was like, but what are the crimes? There's nothing really here. All it is an ARG that I'm trying to guess what's happening. What is this part?
And worst of all,
Yes, this is Nicholas.
is this Nicholas in the picture? Nicholas is a 12-year-old, and he's calling you
I
out.
think this was back when he was in college, because this sounds so weird, right? He is not society's definition of good looking, but he's such a New York accent type man, and I love him. I think he's great. Oh hell yeah. Right, what is this part? So yeah, a lot of the commentary YouTubers were basically sharing the same mindset that Camden has better chances of suing them for libel and slander, basically. And then Nicholas Diorio, as we see here, decides with Mudahar that they're gonna sit down with Max and Spencer and have an interview just to discuss everything. In this interview was the greatest video I have ever seen in my life. I used to watch this video and work on repeat. Like you know when like people with autism, they have this one thing that they just watch over and over and over and over. This interview was that for me. I have so many.
It was your
It was my what?
it was your stem sauce.
Yes, it was. It was because the quotes were great. So, the interview started out as basically Mudahar and Nicholas basically asking Spencer about questions about like her experience when living with a cult. And in this, they were able to kind of not point out, but kind of how do I word what I'm trying to say? They basically like she basically showed her own inconsistencies. Like, for example, not like the fact that when she was on her way to go and live with Camden, she was essayed by every damn person she walked into, and it's like how is this possible?
God.
Like you couldn't survive. Like it sounds dumb and it sounds bad, but I just doubt it. Every damn person has essayed this woman. I just really doubt it. And then they made her like kind of contradict herself when it came to like her stories of miscarriages and stuff like that. For example, they were like, "Well, tell us about your miscarriages." She goes on it, and then like she's like, "And then after my third miscarriage, it was 3 weeks later, I had another one," and it's like, what? I also like to point out that at first, in her initial 4-hour interview that she did for her own channel, it was 3 miscarriages, but then in this interview, it was 4. So which one is it? Like, there was a lot of inconsistencies in her interview compared to this sit-down call, which they didn't point out, but the audience could put together, basically. So then, the latter half of the interview was them talking to Max. So, it starts out with Max literally saying, "Do you think you're in over your head with this?" Max laughs all nervous and shit. They like point out how the procedure in which he's going with this, it's not gonna end well because he needs to take this to the police. Like bringing it to YouTube is just killing the case. He still doesn't show any evidence. Like literally no evidence is shown at all, and they question why he's looking for all these shout-outs more than making a documentary. Why is he focusing more on calling people out for not helping him than actually making the documentary? So, um,
Yeah.
then Max, they all start arguing. He's literally like, well, why aren't yous helping me? Like, there's this legendary clip as well, which I'll find for you later, of him saying, why is it my job? And they're literally like, because it's your case, it's your channel. And he goes, oh, absolutely, I'm the first one, but I don't want to be the only one. And he points out the fact that part of the NDA, as I was saying to you earlier, is if you want to join that Discord server, you need to make content about it. Like, you're agreeing to a clout transaction, as I said before. So he's questioning them. Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you speaking to the survivors? Why, like, really guilt tripping them? It's just insane.
The it's he's making excuses for everyone but
Exactly. It's
himself.
it's just so dumb. And the thing is, I think it kind of goes back to what he was saying during the pick a side YouTube thing when he was on Nicholas Diorio's podcast with Turkey Tom. He said, oh, I just don't like I don't care if it's no, what was it he said? He was like, YouTube's not gonna listen to me. They're gonna listen to everybody else. So like it just is all about just getting attention for himself. Um even tries to guilt
Jeez.
trip them on saying like, why haven't you like made any content on this? And Nicholas Durio says, oh well, what about the 6 hours that I did watching all your videos? And then Max is like, aye, but you didn't portray it in a good light. And it's like, but that's because of the way that you've portrayed it. What am I supposed to do? Um and even one point, this is the funniest part, he says, and I'm gonna bring you a clip for this as well because it's so damn funny. Uh Max says, why is it when we tried to contact you, Mutahar, about blah 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 blah, you didn't reply? And then Mutahar goes, let's see, I contacted you on this date and this date. Max interrupts and goes, Spencer, can you tell him how you felt seeing him going on Tommy C's stream to slander? Basically, again, using Spencer as a human shield. And Nicholas literally says, hang on, pause right there. That was snaky as fuck what you've just done. And I'm like, hell yeah, get him! Get him, bitch! Oh, it was the best. It was the best. So eventually, Mutahar dips from this interview because it's just going nowhere. And Nicholas Diorio then asks Max how much of his cases are real and how much is kayfabe. And Max says that the hunts are real, but some things are fake. For example, the whole thing when I was telling about the Yakuza cult, where you saw the cog icon, he's like, "Oh, I just had to recreate that, so I did," and it's like, right, fair enough. I'm not taking your word for it, but that's I can see whatever. You get what I'm saying? Um, and then he goes on to say, "I just don't understand though why my audience thinks everything's real. Like, I present things as if it were supposed to be real, but it's not. None of my content's real. So it's like,
Oh, yeah. So now you're admitting to it as soon
yeah,
as you're
but like he's
caught.
saying it as if like we're supposed to know the whole time. And the thing is, then Nicholas Diorio says, well, in fact, hang on, sorry. He said he like mainly the stuff like what I'm saying about like the remember the whole part where I talked about he hacked that girl's Facebook. So that
Yeah.
implied that that girl died, like that dude murdered her. And then later in an interview with him and all his Discord server, they were saying, is there anything about this girl out there? And he says, oh, she's okay, don't worry. She's fine, she's not actually dead, it's fine. But now he's literally backtracking on that, saying, no, that was just in there just to like dramatize everything. So, and he says that the predators in the videos are real, but he's making up side stories about fictional characters to make it so much worse. He literally is.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and you're gonna go get this guy legally prosecuted, this predator you've been
It's
after.
so
Oh
bad,
my
dude.
god.
It's so bad. Nicholas asks him, "What's your greatest? crowning achievement, basically. Now, a couple of years before, I think Max would have said, "Oh, all the predators that I've got arrested," whereas here he says, "Oh, inspiring survivors to fight back," and then that leads on to another, yeah, exactly,
Bitch.
and that leads on to another question, and this is the fucking silver bullet. So, Max admits that he's never gotten anybody arrested. He just says it as if we've known that the whole time. Nicholas points out the fact that Max went on the podcast with him and Turkey Tom. Yeah, he admits
Oh
that he
my
went on the
god.
podcast with him and Turkey Tom and says that he did get somebody arrested. Max just literally starts like scrambling immediately, and he says that, now I feel like I'm the only one who's ever noticed this about this clip. He says that somebody on Instagram popped up to him in the DMs and told him, "Hey, congratulations, you got this dude arrested." And he took that as fact. But the thing is, when he tells the story, he's like, "Hey, you got this guy arrested, congratulations." I don't know how much I believe of those body language experts, but see, if you're speaking in a voice like that, does it not kind of seem like he's imagining this dude as dumb? Like, I think it's like almost like a Freudian slip, if that makes sense. Like, do you get what I'm saying?
He's definitely not portraying him as
Yeah,
smart.
which I just genuinely think is a Freudian slip, because like he's realizing himself how stupid he is. Like, what the fuck? Um,
He doesn't even know what the, like, and also you're admitting that you're going off of other people's evidence and not confirming it for
mhm,
yourself, which, like, congrats,
mhm,
that's not the greatest detective work for the greatest
yeah.
catcher of all
And
time.
just to know, like just to find out that he's just never had anybody arrested. It's just a cherry on top. Like, this was like too about the IMVU predator dude who he got to show his face after sending a picture of his ass. Um, because he literally did say they got that guy behind bars, and now he's admitting that never happened. Because Nicholas brings up the clip, and they review it together right then and there on the interview. And then Max says, "Oh yeah, no, that arrest didn't happen. The predator got away." And then he, for some reason, tells Nicholas, "Yeah, I give you permission to tell everybody that that was a mistake. Yeah, that's not cool." And it's like, dude, what the fuck? Can I just
Oh my god.
can I just say, like, all the ha 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 ha? Because that was genuinely my reaction when this was happening. When that video dropped, I was screaming. I was like, "Yes! Yes!" Um, okay, yeah, bonus shit that happened in the interview that I can't fit in. Max, as I said, has no evidence of the survivors' testimonies. He tried to say that testimony alone is enough to get a conviction, and he compared that,
No.
yeah, he compared that with the Laurie Nassar situation. Now, for anybody who doesn't know what that is, it's this case where all these gymnasts, as like part of this whole big like prestigious company, they were all being essayed by the same medical doctor guy called Laurie Nassar. And then, yes, their testimonies worked in court, but I think that's more of the fact that none of them were in group chats communing about this. They all went to the police individually. He at one stage is like, "One moment," and then he goes silent. And he sends Mutahar something, and Mutahar, all you hear is him saying, "Oh, not ChatGPT, bro." And then, like, he's like, "Yeah, this is how I get my legal evidence. I literally ask ChatGPT," and they're questioning him, going, "Dude, are you serious? Like, ChatGPT is dumb. It is dumb. And if anything, it's taken information from only a certain time period. Like, I could ask ChatGPT. In fact, people actually did. They went and asked ChatGPT after this interview came out, and ChatGPT gave them a completely different answer. And Max literally
Oh,
says in his
brother.
deep ass voice, "ChatGPT understands the legal system." It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, GBT understands the legal
It's
system.
crazy, dude. Like, holy shit. Oh my god, it was just the funniest bomb. Like, okay, so the interview, having done the interview, Max then I think he realized coming out of the interview, we're fucked. We're so fucked. So he goes on ahead and makes a half-assed apology. Now, this is before the interview comes out. I don't think I mentioned that before, whatever. So he goes ahead and makes this half-assed apology that's not really an apology. It's more just, again, using the survivors as meat shields. Like, I'm just trying to do what's best for them. Um, and the only person who actually really did get an apology in that video was Moist Critical, and I mean, he got the fattest apology ever. And I'm like, that is actually so embarrassing, holy shit. Um, then again, he uses the victims again as meat shields, where he puts in a montage of them talking about their stories, just a guilt trip. And then the interview ends, not the interview, sorry. Then the video ends with him giving a fake hug to his girlfriend, which it's basically like the long sigh the people cliche about in apology videos.
Yeah, the
Yeah, it's
apology
like, dude,
videos.
come on, what were you thinking adding that hug in? What the hell? Um,
Hugging your
it's like,
GF. Oh my
congratulations,
god.
you've made him cry. So, Midahar and Nicholas post their videos on basically the whole case, and then the truth's out there. Max is a fraud, he's a creep, pandering to CSA survivors, he hunts predators online for money only, lies about his accomplishments, and weaponizes his audience against critiques. Or critics, sorry, holy shit, oh my god. So, after the video, it's revealed Spencer was the financial advisor for the case, even though she wasted the money on her own personal expenses like weed and fast food, etc. And that was actually really sad considering another victim on her Facebook, it was seen her literally begging for $20 for wipes, diapers, and eggs. So where the hell's all this money? Isn't that
Oh
so
my
sad?
god.
Like, what the hell? Um,
What a bunch of pieces
exactly.
of shit.
And the thing is, this is how you know it's all about money, because then Max and Spencer go into the evidence server and try to like recruit basically the victims into suing Mutahar. And as it says in this, yeah, as it
Okay,
says in
what the
this
fuck?
screenshot here, Max literally says he's extremely rich, so the lawsuit seeks 1 million in damages to be distributed between all of you. Like, what the hell? If somebody if a lawyer saw that, they would think, oh, so this is just about getting a payday, like getting a huge cash drop, basically. And the thing is, the only person
Yeah.
who was on board with this was Spencer. All the other victims at this stage are like, can this stuff end, please? This is getting
Yeah,
way
we just want our lives to move
yeah,
on.
it's like, this is way too much. And I've added in here, funnily enough, they put more effort into this plan than going to the police about Camden Gerard Davis. Um, just briefly then, even after, old friends, Night Docs and Nexpo here, they oh wait, hang on. Actually no. Wait, scratch that part, I'll get to that. So then after the video, even though Max was like, no, 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 I was only using Charlie just to like uh get the clicks and stuff like that. Max's old editor leaked footage from the video that he made aimed at Moist Critical, and he literally at one stage is like on a power trip, like, I could cancel you, Charlie. I could literally cancel you. And I choose not to. And he's like, it's true though, it's true. Like, I'm the friggin' pedo hunter. Like, so he knows exactly what he knew what he was doing. He is an egomaniac who knew my audience will listen to everything I tell them. Like, it's just evil as shit, bro. It's just evil.
He just wanted to get away with murder.
Exactly. Somebody infiltrated the evidence server, pretend to be a victim. Like, having not been vetted at all, the evidence leaked, and it amounted to nothing, unfortunately. Even though I do still believe that this guy had, like, he made victims out of girls, basically. Then, as I was saying, so Night Docs
Mhm.
here in Nexpo, they came forward basically saying that once upon a time Max came to them and said, we need to not talk to Night Docs anymore, he's a predator, he's a deadbeat dad, I defeat his kids, like stuff like that. And everybody believed him, so they cut this dude off.
Damn.
And this dude was really mentally affected by that. Like, it ruined his life. And then they all came out and were like, hang on a minute, how true was that? So he got redeemed from that, obviously, which was nice to see, because I mean he really did go through a hard time by the sounds of it. Um so then Max disappears for a while until he returns. He made another apology video that started out more lighthearted, because he literally had one of those tomato throwing gags in the beginning. I was like, that's just cringe, dude. Now this whole video, basically, he basically tells people that him and Spencer aren't living together, and he exposes her for how she's using him basically for the free housing, the weed, the fast food, and even he got her a dog. Like, holy shit. So like even
Bro.
here, like the screenshot of her basically slandering him, like they completely fell out. Like she even said, "Oh well, I moved out after he tanked his career," and I'm like, you're part of the reason why he did. What are you talking about?" Um, But even like he exposed the fact that he tried to get her a job, and everything was about, yeah, but I'm too disabled to do that, or no, I can't do that because of my chest problems. And it's like, well, why don't you get medication for your chest problems? Sorry, no, the only thing that helps is weed. And it's like, dude, what the hell?
Sure, sure. I'm sure that's medically confirmed, is that only weed helps you with your chest problems,
It's like,
dear.
dude, come
Oh my
on.
god.
And then like they had a whole fight over the dog, but it ended up with Max winning the dog in the end, which, to be fair, he loves dogs, and it ended up being the better choice because she just didn't care for the dog at all. She didn't. She was one of them people who it's like, I need a dog because I need an accessory. So yeah. Then everything fizzled out. Max went silent, so did Spencer. Apparently, on a good note, Mudahar and Turkey Tom have worked with helping the other survivors to get real help. Yeah.
That's
Max
good.
still uploads once in a while, just still doing predator hunting videos, but they're a bit more polished. Like he doesn't have the Batman voice anymore. I I will say this: he actually did, in his silence, he actually did go and start working for a non-profit for protecting kids, and people online harassed that company and said, "Yous need to not like hire the stud, like yous need to get rid of him because X, Y, and Z." And I'm like, yous literally were telling him if he wants to advocate for children, he needs to go and do something like that. And when he finally does, yous literally like harass the people. So no, you can't. So what the hell? I will say that
Oh
in
my
defense
god.
of Max, I hate like when people do that. It's ridiculous. It's dumb. Like he was actually doing what yous wanted him to do, and then yous like fucked it for him. But yeah, that's pretty much the story.